I'm here with Miguel, and we're gonna change out my busted lug stud, and it's already marked which one is busted, so we're gonna swap that out. And we got these parts from the AutoZone.
All right, let's do it.
All right, first thing we gotta do, we gotta take out the wheel.
There we go.
See, my lug is all stripped out. That's why I gotta replace it.
Yeah, and some metal shavings too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the two 17mm bolts for the caliper, which are located over here. So I'm just gonna put the socket so you guys can get an idea what it is. So there is one on top, one in the bottom. Just to speed up the process, I'm going to use my trusty impact gun. There it is. There's one. Got it stuck. There it is. Now we are going to do the other side. There it is. And then I'm going to grab one of these just to hold the caliper in place so it's out of my weight. I'm gonna put it right here. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to remove the rotor. Sometimes the rotor might be really stuck, so you will have to use like a rubber hammer to slowly hammer it so you can take it out. This one fortunately came out really easy. I'm gonna put it by the side. If you notice, this is the lug nut we are going to replace, the one that is marked with blue paint. But right now what I want to do is move this lug nut to this side. That's one of the reasons why I removed the rotor and the caliper, to create more space. So it's gonna be a pretty snug fit, or a tight fit. So what I have to do is flatten this metal part, which looks like somebody already did before. So what I'm gonna do is grab a little hammer, just like make it flat. That should be enough space to remove it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put the car in neutral so I can manually move the hub and align this stud with this part. So Pascal, you're gonna help me to put it in neutral, and then make sure, guys, you block the rear wheels and your handbrake is on, just for precaution. So let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
So here's the wheel chocks on the bottom. All right, just put it in neutral.
You can always use a primer to move these. Just make sure that this part of the stud aligns with the part that we are previously hammered and bent a little bit. And now we're gonna put the car in park again. But what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to grab a hammer and then just hammer this out. There it is. And then what you can use is use one of these, and there it is. It's out. If you notice, everything looks okay. It's just that part bent. Looks like somebody replaced it before, that's why it's bent. Anyways, this is the old one. Make sure that you clean this hole. You can always use some brake cleaner and lubricate it a little bit. Just put a tiny bit of grease, not much, just a little bit. We're gonna grab the new stud. I'm going to grab this the opposite way. I'm just gonna slightly just tap it so it holds in place, and I'm going to grab a grinder. There it is. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grind just this part of the stud. So I'm gonna make it flat, so then I can pull this back and then it should fit good. I'm gonna wear my mask for safety. Just be careful with this because it's hot, but that should make it. That should be okay. Okay, so the next step will be removing this. So I'm gonna grab again this, hammer it. Very careful to touch this because this might be hot. And then try to align the flat part with this. Just got it in place, and there it is. There is a special tool that you can get in Amazon. It's like $15, and this is especially to install wheel studs. Highly recommend you to use that tool because it won't create any damage to the hub. Because if you just use this, yes, it is possible to install it back, but you might create problems in the hub. You might break even the hub. So make sure that you use this tool. And then you can go by hand, or you can also use the impact gun. Just to make the job easier for me, as I do in my videos, I use this impact gun. You guys see here in the bag, this part of the stud have to sit flush with the hub. Once you see it is flush, that's it. And then what I do next is I put a little bit of anti-seize on all the studs. First, I go by hand, maybe like 2 or 3 turns, and then if everything is good, then I use the impact gun. So so the new stuff is installed, and then I highly recommend you to like file a little bit around here, sand it, because there is too much corrosion. Put everything back, lubricate the pins on the calipers right now that everything is out. And this is how you replace the wheel stud. Hopefully this video helps you to save some money instead of replacing the whole bearing with the hub. It's only, how much do you spend for the parts, Pascal?
Maybe $5.
Like $5 for parts, maybe an hour of your time. Good to go, instead of spending $300-400 to replace the whole like hub and bearing. So thank you, Pascal, again, and thank you for trusting me your element.
For sure, thank you.
See you next Honda element video, guys. Just finished fixing Pascal element. Thank you, Pascal, for bringing the element.
Thank you, Miguel. I really appreciate it, man. You're the best.
Thank you, and welcome again to the element world.
I know. I'm happy to be back in the element family.